What a week. We got Kane scoring a 14-minute hat trick. We got Spurs stunning City, Arsenal running riot, and MLS sweeping La Liga MX out of the Leagues Cup. Let's get into it. This is Between the Posts. Welcome back to another episode of Between the Posts. I am one of your co-hosts, Enrique, and with me, as always, I got my boy Eric, man.
What's up?
How's it going, man? How you doing today?
Dude, I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing great. Episode 11 of Between the Posts.
That's crazy to think about. 11 episodes.
To the double digits.
Let's go.
Thank you all for tuning in and supporting us as we keep on going. We're just going to strive to bring you better and much more content, even on our social media apps, which we get to at the very end of the show. Let's start off. Get the obvious out the room. I know we talked about a possible sweep, and I was in denial of it. And boy, was I wrong.
I thought it could happen, but it's official. MLS has dominated the Leagues Cup. There are no Liga MX teams remaining.
Yep.
Granted, the league format, maybe we didn't get to see the best. We talked about this during the Gold Cup or Club World Cup, where teams are going straight into penalties rather than playing, a full extra time.
Yeah.
And what have you, which is fine. I think with tournaments like this, you don't necessarily want to just run your players ragged.
Yeah, I honestly get the fact why they went straight into penalties. I know it's a little bit contradicting because whenever the Club World Cup, I said I didn't like it because it was the World Cup, but now this is like a regular tournament or like a different type of tournament. I'm fine with it, but as I'm thinking into it, I would have liked to see like extra time being played, but I get it. Different format, different sets of standards, so you gotta find a definite winner right then and there. So I guess I'm okay with it, but maybe I honestly think this format was a great hit.
I think it was good, and you don't want your teams in the middle of a season, at the very end of the season, vying for playoff pushes and what have you. You don't want them potentially getting injured by overplaying or putting your players in positions where they can get hurt. So I dig the penalty format, and the penalties outside of the end format. They played a huge role in these 4 games. So we'll get into it here. Inter Miami versus Tigres. 2 penalties awarded to Miami. Suarez converts on both of them. Messi not playing in this game, which I thought was kind of interesting, how Messi returned to play in an MLS match where he wasn't at full strength. And then, the same week he's not available against a Tigres team that eliminated Inter Miami in Leagues Cup last year.
Yeah.
So I would have thought from a Miami perspective as a fan, like you would want to see Messi in this match as opposed to that match that they played, last week. But he wasn't in it. They didn't need him. Lots of drama surrounding this. You want to get into it a little bit about Mascherano, the coach?
Yeah, he gets a red card. I don't know what minute to be exact.
I think it was just going into halftime. He gets a red.
If I'm being honest, I didn't watch some of the matches because I was busy doing some other stuff. But I did watch some of the match highlights. But I didn't even have to get to the highlights to open up Twitter and find that Mascherano got a red card, and he was still coaching from the stands.
Yeah.
Why? How, you may ask? With your cellular device, his phone.
He's just calling his assistant coach from the stands like a regular fan, So I think it's super crazy that that's happening. The footballing world kind of saying out loud, look at Miami making a mockery out of the rules again. Mm-hmm. How is it that they've signed Rodrigo de Paul, to a targeted allocation money contract, a TAM contract, other than, a designated player contract. Oh, it's because they signed him on loan and that makes his They do all sorts of stuff over there that are technically within the rules, not in the rules. I don't know. Surely there's going to be some sort of punishment for Mascherano coaching from the stands. In every other sport I know, they kick you out of the game. You have to leave the stadium. Like, you have to go to the locker room. Like, you can't come back. In baseball, you leave. Like, you're not allowed back. Like, you can't. And there's instances where players and managers have tried to come back, but then they get thrown out again. Like, I don't understand how he was allowed to come back into the stadium and be a fan, let alone coach from the stand. If he wants to call from a screen out in the parking lot and they're doing a tailgate and he's watching the match, let him do that. But there's no reason to allow him to be calling from the stands itself. So
and there was like
it's crazy that actually took over the Miami match.
Talking on the phone, like we talked about it right before.
Oh yeah,
recording the episode. It's like, oh, like the announcer's like, who's he talking to on the phone? And they cut straight into the assistant coach.
And then he says, "Oh no."
Yeah.
oh no.
So I guess we're gonna have to see within the coming days to see if there's any punishment for that offense.
Yeah. So that was in Miami versus Tigres. Tigres, they notched a goal in this one, but somehow this match became all about everything but the football.
Yeah.
That was played, which is sad, but inevitably that's kind of what happens when you got a team with as much notoriety as Miami. So Orlando City and Toluca also went to penalty shootout. I say also, penalties played a huge difference in this match as well.
Mm-hmm.
They go to the penalty shootout. Ultimately, it's about what keeper makes the most saves or which players don't sail their penalties, and City got it done.
Yeah.
So, Orlando is extremely good.
Yes.
Okay.
As of recent, they've been on a tear.
Going into last week, I want to say I'm pronouncing his name right, Ojeda, something to that effect. He had a goal contribution in 15 straight matches.
Yeah.
Which is just insane at any level, let alone in MLS. So they're cooking right now. Orlando, if I had to choose, I've been big on Seattle, but I think Orlando's also in some really, really good form right now.
Yeah. So let's put it like this. Like we said, clean sweep. Damn, I can't talk. For MLS,
Mm-hmm.
we got 4 MLS teams and in the semifinals. Do you think they're the dark horse?
Well, no, because if I had to choose between Sounders, who also won in a shootout against Puebla, which we'll talk about, and Galaxy, which beat Pachuca, I think. I think that of these 4 teams, that Orlando is the best of the 4 teams. I just that if I had to choose right now, because I think Orlando is probably one of the best 4 teams in MLS as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Of these 4, I think they're the best. So I expect them of these 4. Now I made that big prediction at MLS sweep. I think Orlando is going to get the better of these other 4 teams, and I think they'll end up winning the League's Cup.
Interesting.
But let's quickly get into those last 2 matches I talked about.
Yeah.
Andrew Thomas, the goalkeeper for Sounders, had a really, really, really cool I'm him moment at the very end of their penalty kick matchup. It's 3-3. They missed their first kicks, both teams, and Thomas steps up and he says, "This is me. I'm saving this right here, right now. This is all me." And he makes the save, and Seattle win. It was outstanding. So shout out to Andrew Thomas. Huge stop and goal. And also Galaxy getting the win against Pachuca. High press. Marco Reus just in the back as one of my favorite footballers of all time. Even though he wasn't at Munich.
Your rival club.
Look, man, I watched Germany before I ever watched Bayern Munich. I watched Bayern Munich because every single German player seemed to play for Bayern Munich.
Yeah, it's like at the end of the day, whenever like you have your leagues, like your team for the league.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, whenever it comes to national call-ups, everyone's gonna love him. It's like
Mats Hummels is my guy.
Yeah,
and he played for
exactly
Dortmund forever.
And
Mats Hummels is my guy.
And like Royce being one of them also.
Oh yeah,
played for Dortmund for basically his whole entire life.
Cover athlete for my favorite FIFA also.
Ooh yes,
FIFA 17.
17.
Goat
very
FIFA.
Very great game. I still think FIFA 15 is my favorite.
Some people they'll talk about, oh, you guys need to play PES. Or
no, oh my gosh, what's it called now?
I don't even know. EA Sports FC. Or no, you're talking about
no, Pez.
Oh, I don't even know.
Pez. Now it's like eFootball.
Yeah.
eFootball. Yeah. But hey, they're people like it, I guess. No, it ain't my cup of tea, but hey, it's free.
I'm gonna be interested going forward in Leagues Cup to see if the owners in the top echelon of the Mexican La Liga teams, if they start to take Leagues Cup a little more seriously.
I think so too.
If they feel like this is somewhat of an embarrassment for the league or what have you. I don't know if it's necessarily an achievement for MLS because they still seem to not be at the top echelon when it comes to like, you know, the Champions Cup or things of that nature. When it comes to North American teams like competing against each other, MLS still doesn't seem to have that top level.
Right.
But I mean, this is certainly a good litmus test for the two leagues. I don't know if Liga MX just values the tournament that much. I guess we'll see.
I mean, I think it's just depending on the team. If I'm being honest, like you have some teams that they take their tournaments very, very seriously. America. I guess it just depends on how healthy the whole squad is in general. If the whole squad's healthy, they'll try to make a push. If they're not healthy, then they kind of don't go for it as much. So I think we were just going to have to wait and see if next year, they actually make a push for that. Now that we signed one of my favorite players right now, Maxi. I'm not going to attempt to say his full name, but Maxi scored in his debut yesterday against Atlas, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, very great celebration. Ended up winning 4-2 against them. But great pickup so far. People thought he was gonna be a letdown, but hey, he has aura, bro. that man has aura.
So you mentioned America maybe not taking it as seriously as as maybe another team. I don't know what level the MLS teams take these tournaments seriously either. So I'm not saying like one league values it over the other. I guess like because the tournament is so young, we don't necessarily know exactly how valued it is. That's just kind of like my thought right now is what kind of importance are these teams placing on a tournament like this? Now I do think the CONCACAF, the Champions Cup. Yeah, I think it is more important. Which the winner of this tournament will qualify automatically for that Champions Cup. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Actually, let me correct you on that. It's the top three.
The top three. Okay.
So it's the winner, of course. So basically, the finals they all go.
And the third place finisher.
Match winner.
I like that
also.
though. I like that. So that makes that third place match a lot more important.
So
I feel like.
I guess let's say this is me spitballing here. I guess the goal, let's say if you're trying to push and you know you're not going to take it all, I think the push is to get to that third place match. That would be my mentality.
Yeah. You want to at least qualify automatically for the Champions Cup. I get that.
Yeah, but hey, it's something. I think just teams just need to put more effort into it and actually like give a damn about each tournament. But hey,
yeah, the more continental,
each their own.
The more continental tournaments that MLS like competes in and gets entered into, I find that because I mean every year we talk about the sextuple in Europe, like you can get six trophies as a member of an English team. Like you get the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup and Champions League and the Supporters Shield and whatever. Like you can win everything. So the more trophies that you can win for MLS. I find like the importance of each trophy is going to go up. Like winning a title is everything. Winning a final is everything. Getting to a final should be important if you're a coach. So looking for like MLS and these sort of competitions, I think are really, really good and fun for the fans. So you're not just tuning in to an MLS match on a Wednesday. Like these matches kind of mean something a little bit. Not that regular season matches mean less, but you know what I'm trying to convey. But that's enough of MLS and La Liga MX and North America. We have a bunch of other stuff that happened this week overseas. So I'll just go ahead and discuss it very quickly.
Yeah, because this is
my cup of tea.
This is your baby right here.
It's my baby. Bayern Munich destroy. They just take it to Just 6 goals. I mean, what can we say? Harry Kane with a second half hat trick. 14 minutes. I mean, they looked dangerous. They looked really, really good in their front four. And you had Musiala to this team. Forget about it.
Yeah.
Luis Diaz looks right at home. I mean,
I miss him.
Olise is gonna. I've talked about Olise being a potential, Ballon d'Or of 2026. I think he's that good. Potential player of the year if he has a really great fall campaign.
Yeah.
I'm high. I'm high on them for a reason. I think they could be better in defense, but they're all about attack anyway. So if they give up a goal here and there, I'll just score 6. You know. And we have an interesting little thing here. Is Bayern untouchable, or are Dortmund and Leverkusen going to push them this season? Leverkusen are toast.
Yeah, they
Leverkusen are toast.
They lost everything that they built up
for the last 2 years.
Yeah,
it's gone.
It just went down.
Erik ten Hag is not him. Get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
As somebody who values how bad your team is, get rid of him. It's not worth it to be that bad.
Gone. But hey, Dortmund, they could be on a come up. But
I want to say his name is Guirassy, their striker. Guirassy has like 60 goals in the past year.
Yeah.
Like, he's unbelievable. He's got like 60 contributions in the last calendar year. One of those strikers that if you look up, you're like, oh my gosh, he's converting every match. Like
video game numbers.
Like he's putting chances. He's converting chances and assisting teammates and putting the ball in the net. Like, if you're Dortmund, you've got to be pretty happy with your attacking front as far as your striking position goes. So
yeah, I mean,
I'll be interested to see what Dortmund can do, because for me, it's never been a rivalry for me. Like I say, I genuinely, the Bundesliga is like my baby. Like, everybody who's good in Bundesliga either gets sold to Europe or gets sold somewhere else in Europe or ends up at Bayern. So I got to become a fan eventually.
Yeah.
Royce and Hummels and some of these guys that are like lifelong Dortmund people. If you're at Dortmund, you don't have to go anywhere. Holland left. He didn't have to, but I mean, they were going to sell him anyway. But a lot of these guys, you don't have to leave Dortmund. You could compete in Bundesliga. Like, people say Bundesliga is Farmers League because Bayern win it so often, but there's so many great players that come from so many different teams out there. So
I think it's kind of disrespectful to add the Farmers League title to the.
It's a top 5 league.
Yeah, it is. Not like Ligue 1 is only like PSG and that's it. And
yeah.
Then you have like other teams that try to compete, but they're just not up to the standard as PSG.
I mean, name the second best team in France.
I don't even know. I just know that Paris FC is the neighbor of PSG. That's it. And it's all because I saw it from an Instagram graphic. That's it.
There you go.
I'm like, man, there's another stadium right next door. I didn't know that.
Some other quick around the league in the Premier League. We talked about Spurs over City. That was huge. Spurs top of the table in the Premier League so far this season.
Yeah.
Fall from grace is inevitable. However, beating a Manchester City team that they seem to always have a tactic against Man City. Tottenham seemed to be Guardiola's kryptonite. They were again this weekend. I think that Spurs will potentially be top 6. I think they could be pretty good this season.
So going to a European tournament.
Yeah. I think they should be able to compete in Europe once again.
You know what? I feel like early. How do you say it? Like very early prediction.
Oh yeah,
I think Spurs go to Champions League this this upcoming
top
year.
4 finish.
Yeah, let's go top 4 finish, and then I'll be surprised if I see Man City at Europa League or a conference. That'll be something.
That would be I think, but I don't think City will be. I don't think they'll be top 2, maybe 3rd or 4th in the league. I still think you can't count out Liverpool. Arsenal beat Leeds. Of course, it's Leeds.
Yeah.
But Arsenal beat Leeds 5-0. Gyökeres gets his first 2 goals for Arsenal.
Yeah, all those memes about him got put to rest.
Put to bed. Now you got to continue to do well. Saka got a goal as well. I think it had been a while since he had scored. So, Arsenal fans really happy about that. Chelsea with a 5-1 battering of West Ham.
Yep.
West Ham looked poor. They look bad.
And I'm not gonna say because Edson's no longer there anymore. The rumor came up last episode.
It's more like thank God Edson's not there anymore because that defense is abysmal.
But every time he played, the line was strong. Every time he's not there, it's gone.
Well, if you're
that he's gone,
if you're that player, do you want to be the only reason that your club is
exactly?
You know,
yeah. So good for him. I'm not gonna see him as much anymore because I don't know when they play, but I will be happy to see him in Champions League.
Oh, I'm sure we'll hear a lot more about him.
Oh yeah, I'll just pull up Twitter and I'll see his goals or whatever
Instagram
he's doing.
One of those really in-depth Liga MX accounts or
no, I can't stand those accounts. I don't want to rant. I don't want to rant.
All right, well we'll save it. We'll save
it.
And then our struggle bus of the week: United 1-1 to Fulham.
Yep.
It looks like United were going to scrape by with a 1-0 victory.
I don't know.
They concede to Fulham in the later part of the match.
I was going through Twitter. No, not Twitter. It was TikTok. I followed this one guy. Man, I think it's like Kevin or Trey or something like that.
Trey United or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But account.
Yeah, but that one account on Twitter. Uh-huh. But there's one guy on TikTok. I think his name is Kevin. Don't quote me on it. But he was like, hey, it's okay. We lose the first game to Arsenal. I was like, but years ago we went against Fulham and we won. At the end of the season, we won the title, and they kept on going crazy, and they tied. So what now, huh? What now? You drew. So title hopes? I don't think so, man.
Yeah, I think they've got to have a really short leash on their manager Amorim. 29 games, still hasn't got, I don't think, back-to-back wins, which is tough. 29 matches, you don't have back-to-back wins. That's crazy.
Yeah, like that one guy on TikTok.
The guy who wants 5 wins in a row in order to cut his hair.
He's like,
just cut your hair, bro.
Yeah, no, bro. It looks good on him though. It actually looks good on him.
It looks awful. As a white guy, cut it, dude. You look bad. We're all laughing at you.
I think
you look bad.
Just like little
maybe in England, or in the UK, you can rock that haircut and get away with it. You can't do it here. So
I mean, just little style, little texture.
Or do whatever you like. Just don't. Just keep the hair, whatever. And just understand, United are never winning 5 games in a row. So just leave it there.
I'm not putting my beard on the line, but
I'm not putting my beard on the
line. But 5 games in a row, beard's gone.
I'll tell you what, Dynamo. If you win 5 games in a row, Dynamo. If you win 5 games in a row, I'll shave my head.
Oh my god, that's crazy, dude. And then there is one more game that we didn't talk about. It was Liverpool and Newcastle. Yeah. But the reason why we didn't mention it is because they're playing right now as we speak. They're playing today. The match started at 2:00. Is 3:25 as we are speaking this, recording on a Monday. That's why we didn't mention it because they're playing as we speak. But that is some of the main points of the Premier League for the match day 1. Now we're going on to match day 2, which is going to be next week. We're going to have to wait and see what happens. This has been such a great opening week for every league around. Now that Serie A is now underway, AC Milan did fall and their opener, but
Juventus
very, very early.
Juventus was really good in their opening match. Shout out Uwe. Serginho Dest, PSV, also really good performance there. I want to shout him out just because I didn't get to do it at all last year because he was hurt all year. So every time Dest plays well, you're going to hear about it from me because come World Cup time when he's a superstar at the World Cup, they're going to be like, who was in on Serginho Dest this year? This guy. That's it. Tanner Tessman, I see you. Our central defensive midfielder that hopefully Pochettino discovers in the next 10 months.
I don't know.
I'm looking forward. Every time we do an episode, there's gonna be a part of my brain that goes, "Hey, what do you think about the chances of the national team?" We'll do it for both teams. It's not always gonna be just Team USA over here, but
yeah. But hey, just to recap this episode, we talked about the MLS sweeping Liga MX.
Oh yeah.
Potentially come up for the MLS. We don't know. We're gonna let you guys at home decide that.
We also talked about Bayern Munich rolling over their opponent, looking really scary early on. We had a couple other scary teams in the Premier League: Chelsea, Tottenham. Surprisingly, Tottenham.
Yep.
Liverpool,
Sunderland.
Shout out Sunderland. Let's go.
Team. Vamos.
Every single team that got promoted into the Premier League from the Championship last year to this year have won.
Very big. Very big. Congratulations to all those teams.
And United have not yet won.
So good job.
And with that, that's gonna be us from Between the Posts. I've been Eric.
I'm Enrique.
We're out, man. Thanks for tuning in.
Take care.